So I'm out shopping at the store, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I just knew I was going to make it back in time before my son got out of school. Um, and I wind up getting lost on my way back. But as I was leaving the store, the employee was standing there, and she was like, she was ringing out my stuff, and then I guess she got this little voice call, video call. She had this video call of her daughter, and she was like, "You can't look at the camera of my daughter." While she was video calling her. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because the video call is right there in my face. Like, what you mean I can't look at the camera? But I'm checking out. So I wound up checking out, and I'm just thinking, like, what is all this stuff that I bought? Like, I don't know anything that I bought because the whole time I was in the store, I was zoning out. I zoned out the whole time. I was buying everything, and I don't know not one thing that I bought. But she did keep pointing out this water bottle that I did buy, and that was the one thing that I did remember. So I'm leaving, and I'm going down, like, I'm going past this store, this grocery store. But instead of going past the store, I'm going through the store. So it was an opening in the back, and I don't know how the opening was, but it was an opening in the back, and I was holding this coloring book. I'm like, what? Like, I wound up grabbing the coloring book out of the store, and I don't even think I paid for it. Because it was just sitting there at the cash register. So I wound up putting the coloring book down inside the grocery store on top of some furniture that was sitting there. And then this guy, they walking past, and they talking deals that I want to buy a phone or something like that. And I'm like, no, I got to get home. So I'm going, and I thought I was running. Turned out I wasn't running. I was on rollerblades. I'm like, dang, really? If anything, rollerblades. So I'm thinking, like, I need to go to the store and get some shoes because these rollerblades, I don't even know if I know how to rollerblade as good. And I wound up jumping because there was people coming with carts. They had carts, and they was at the carts about to get them a cart. And I went to this there was this pole in my way. So I wound up running into the pole. I had a cart in my hand. I wound up running with the cart into the pole, flipping myself over to the other side, landing onto those carts, and then making it to the exit. I'm like, how the heck did I just do that? But they were standing there like, hold up, how did she just do that? Wow. And the kid was like, everybody's doing that, and they were so excited. I just went ahead and just rolled my butt out that store. And then so I'm thinking that I know where I'm at, but the farther I go down, like, it's a plaza, so the farther I go down, the more lost I become. I'm like, where am I at? Like, I gotta figure out how to get home. Like, I have to get home. It's like 1 something right now. My son get out at 2:30ish, so I only got like 30 minutes to figure this out. So I wind up going. I wound up going down, but I ended up in the back of the stores. So I'm like, I'm in the back. Like, where am I at? So I wound up going further down. And further down, I'm still getting lost. And there was a moment. I stood still for a moment, and then I'm panicking, and then turns out I wind up in my room. So I'm looking around, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I actually made it home. I'm actually at home. So I put the bags down. Mind you, there's fries all over the table. I don't even know how they got there. I'm in my room, and I go in my room. I'm just trying to figure out what just happened. So I look, and there's like a faucet draining water on my clothes. So I go to turn the faucet off, but it stopped already. So then I go, and I'm just trying to figure out, am I actually home? Because it seemed like I'm home, but how the heck did it just happen? Like, how did I just get here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going in a living room, and all of a sudden, this guy busts in my apartment. He busts into my apartment, and I get down. And they got guns and stuff like that. So they coming in, and they talking about there's some damages on the back door. I'm like, no, because I actually had a back door in my room. And then I looked out the window and actually seen somebody else, this woman, from when I was at the shelter. I seen her as I was looking out the window, and I'm telling them, like, hold up, ain't no damages on my back door. It was like, no, we talking about the back door of the building. So I guess he was in like these a regular apartment building. And I was like, so why did you break into my house about a damage that's down there, in the apartment building itself? And so I'm kind of just confused about that. But they come in, they done broke in, and they freaking going through my apartment, flipping over all my furniture, flipping over everything, taking stuff out of drawers, and just creating a whole mess. I'm like, dang. So they messed up my apartment. Obviously, I don't know what they doing. They ain't looking for something. Like, if they ain't looking for nothing. Like, what did you mad about some damages on the door downstairs, but you up here flipping my stuff around, flipping my stuff up. So I get fed up because I'm just like, I'm not about to clean this up. So I wound up taking this girl's phone. I don't know how she got there because it might have been my daughter, for real. So I wound up taking her phone, and then I wound up taking somebody else's phone out their hand, one of those people. I'm like, so I'm throwing out like threats and stuff. If they don't stop doing this, they don't stop doing that. I'm like, I got my sister in the service. Do I got to call her up? Like, what's going on? Because I guess they're part of the government or something. At first, when they came in, when they broke in, I thought they was freaking about to rob me, but it wasn't that. It's just they looking for something. So I wound up throwing out that stuff. They was like, yeah, get on the phone right now. I was like, all right. So I'm going in there as I'm trying to call her. I'm going in the room. I'm like, you better stop what you're doing right now, because he said if I just get my sister on the phone, she gonna stop all this. And then they still going through stuff. So I just hung up the phone. I'm like, I ain't about to call her. So I was like, you know what? I took it upon myself to just snatch his gun out his hand. So I snatched his gun out his hand, and while I found out this dude's gun was a water gun. So that right there was like, hold up. So then I went into it was like the kitchen area. I went to the kitchen area, and I'm just like, hold up. So I went to the kitchen area because I'm about to start taking A stuff too, because when I snatched that gun out his hand and stuff, he stopped doing what he was doing. He stopped damaging my apartment, throwing stuff around. So I'm about to go do the same thing to the other guy. So I snatched the guy's phone, but that didn't stop him. He had a gun on his hip that I can get to, but I'm like, I don't know if this gun is real or not, because his gun kind of looked real, but at the same time it looked fake. So I was about to take his gun, and he wound up putting his gun at me, and I asked him, like, is that fake? And he was like, we about to see. So it turns out it was like a gun with lava pellets. So if this gun went inside of you, you would become basically like you would melt or something, because he said he had a gun inside of him. And he was, the more like angry he was becoming, the more hot. He started, like, there was this like fire or something that was coming out of him. And I'm just looking at him like, hold up, like, what is going on with you? But you ain't dead. Like, you ain't dying. It's like, it's coming out of you, but it's just like, you still alive. Like, what? So he putting the gun at me, about to shoot me. But then my son came out of the blue, and well, he was standing over there the whole time, like he was sitting in the kitchen. So he wound up coming out. He wound up getting in front of the guy, and he wound up doing this like protection thing. Like, he had like a shell. It was like a shell, like a turtle type thing. And the guy wound up, when he went to, like, the guy wound up disappearing, like turning into ashes. And I was like, well, that solves that problem. So I'm going to clean up. We'll get this stuff together. They wound up fixing my window and stuff. But the way he was about to fix the window, it looked like he was about to like break through the window. So I'm like, dang, like, you about to just leave and break through my window and get out of here. But it turns out that he fixed the blinds of the window. I tried to do it. He didn't. It wanted to fall on my foot. I'm like, dang, I ain't got that strength. So I guess this guy had like extra strength or something like that. So then they went into the room, and he was putting stuff away in my room. And I started writing. And the more I wrote, the weaker their strength became. So they became like humans or something like that. And they didn't have the strength, and they was cleaning up, they was getting everything together. But the more I wrote, the more they stopped doing, like, they just stopped cleaning and stuff like that. So because they didn't have the strength anymore, it's like I was taking their strength, and it's just like, but I didn't stop writing because I had something I had to write, and it's just like I couldn't stop. So it's either I put down a pencil, and they have their strength, and they do what they got to do to clean up the mess that they made, or I continue to write, and they don't have the strength to finish my apartment. I'm gonna have to do it myself. And that's where I was stuck. But I kept writing, so obviously I know how that turned out. But I remember this moment before all of this happened. It was this, before they came busting through the door, it was this little boy sitting with me as I was waiting for my son. And I think it was the same boy that was in awe of what happened at the grocery store. This little boy had on rollerblades, and he was fascinated by my rollerblades. But he was a ghost. And that was a dream. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share your own free water shaker. Bye.